right, thank you, Mercy. Now we begin the evaluation portion. Sue again. This time Jean will start it off. So please welcome our Past District Governor.
Tyree, Project 3 of your HPL, Direction and Persuasion Utilized. You did a great job. I think we've heard from enough of our members over time that we present these sort of segmented throughout whatever time frame we're looking at, and people forget from what you said before. So your recap of your dimensions, your baseline, your mission, your core values, and your vision, I think was well presented. I love the slides with the pictures rather than a bunch of words. I think that said it all. I think that was very well done. The tried and true method of plan, test, execute, analyze, and evaluate is a plan that I have heard through nursing school, through leadership training. I've heard it all over. So it's an effective way to present a project and to come out with the ability to improve the project as time goes on. And I think that what I'm hearing from you is you're building from what you started with last year, creating a higher expectation this year, more defined goals, and I think that all will help in the long run. You talked about your success plan for the tools, the guidance team, the action teams, and the development of the individuals doing the HPL project. One of the questions that I had, it talked about review specifics on roles, goals, and timetables. And I know that you didn't say it in this presentation, but you have said it in the past, where the expectation is that the AG, area governor, or division governor would make a commitment through to August the following year that they would help bring the new person on board and get them started. I think that is the only one of these questions that I didn't quite hear in this particular setup, but I knew it from before. Your presentation was awesome. You did a great job in the slides. I don't ever have anything to say about how you present, Tyree, because I think you do a great job. I think everybody else can agree. And great job answering the questions for the different ones that came up. I think that at this point I'd like to ask you another question. You're indicating that this phase of your project, or this actual HPL, is really geared toward the area governors and the division governors, and that you're developing your executive team in relationship to it. Who besides the current DTMs of this club are able to be part of the guidance committee?
Right. They're listed on the handout I gave, but I can give you a few names. They include yourself,
right,
but also Tanya Jensen, who's a past public relations officer and past area and division governor. I included Mary as a successor in completing this program. I included.
Okay, so it's on that list.
It's on the list. Yeah, it's expanded.
Okay. Anybody else have a comment or two? Allison?
I do, because you're just so great at getting the point across, and because you're such a good speaker, that it's so easy to understand the points that you're making and follow along. As I was trying to write some notes, I didn't retain a lot, and it made me think of a marketing lesson, which we all need to do better, especially me, which is to give maybe a few more specifics when you're talking about, why should people be in the Toastmaster Leadership Club. I love when you spoke to Savita about, how it will benefit her, but maybe a little more specific, like Sue did in her talk about the difficulty with the driving distance, or some specific that I could retain. And maybe that's visual, like Jean said, with images. The family customers. And I know it's a general
Quickly,
thing.
I was really hoping more of the people from the action team were here, and they would have been able to resonate with that question and information.
Well, like, for example, infrastructure. What?
I'll just say, this club is part of infrastructure, but also giving them the goals on that handout that I gave them, along with the checklist. That checklist is actually something I shared with the action team, and I'll give it to the guidance team as a Google Drive, as a Google File doc, that they'll all see.
Thank you.
And if they're, oh, I think we're out of time. Therefore, thank you very much.
Thank you, Gene. Thank you.